morning. Wow. What a weekend. It is Monday. Today is February 17th. Today is President's Day, but I have school today. So some places it's a day off, but I have actually next week off. So President's Day is a school day for us, but we have a 2-hour delay because of the snow. So hopefully you can see in my window here that we had snow. We had a lot of snow yesterday. It snowed all day, and then at the end of the day, it snowed even more, a couple more inches. It was pretty crazy. I was inside most of the day. I have family that helps out with the driveway, which is a blessing. And yeah, so I went to my mom's because she needed help at her um, house, and I waited. We have a plow that comes by and does her driveway, and everything was good until I started to leave, and the the street plow guy went by and left a big, huge pile in front of my mother's driveway. So I had to fire up my mom's snowblower and take care of that because there was no way I was going to be able to shovel that. It was very heavy by that time because it started raining toward the evening. It was raining like when I started to leave my mom's house. Then when I got home, it was snowing. Big, huge. So the sun is out. Oh, the sky is really pretty. The roads are clear, so that's a blessing. We had a 2-hour delay today. I heard there were quite a few accidents yesterday in town and around the surrounding areas. I stayed home most of the day. Just went out to check on my mom, who doesn't live too far from me, and everything is good. Cleaned my car off this morning, headed to school, and here we go. Another day. February 17th, President's Day, and it looks very sunny, so I think that we're going to get some melting done today. We'll see. It's 23 degrees. 23 degrees, which is, still below 32. 32 Fahrenheit is when we will see, that's the freezing point. But I don't know. It is still pretty cold out. The roads are clear, so they did a good job on the roads, and the white snow is always pretty. Mid-February, it's not as bad as, December, because December, you're going to have months of this stuff. But mid-February, it could be in 2 weeks we get spring-like weather. That's how it works around here. Thank you guys for coming to my channel. I really appreciate it. And just showing off the beautiful snow in New Hampshire. Yesterday was a rough day. I kind of stayed in, did some projects inside. And yeah, the weather is pretty nice. Still cold though, 23 degrees. The roads are clear. I don't see any ice, but this kind of weather, you do have to watch out for ice patches. And, just keep watching. You don't know what could happen. The car is cleared off. And wow, the sun is out, sun is shining. And today is President's Day. Today is President's Day. So in years past, President's Day would be a holiday, but we kind of lump it in with the following week, which is going to be our winter vacation week in New Hampshire. So next week we have a week off of school, which will be very nice. I'm kind of looking forward to that. I have a lot of projects to do that week. So I was just listening to a really great video by Mel Robbins. I don't know if you're familiar with her. She's an amazing podcaster. She's written a few different books. She's very popular, and she talks a lot about, kind of self-help and, keeping your brain on straight. I love her talks. And today I listened to one about how to, train your brain to think positively. And it was really good because she was talking about how projects help us to think positively. And that made me think about my crocheting and knitting. That does give me something positive, and I don't know, it sounds weird, but gives me something exciting to think about my next project. Excuse me. And so it was very interesting listening to her because last weekend I listened to a video on YouTube of this girl who was criticizing Mel Robbins and her last book called The Let Them Theory. Now, I had heard about the Let Them Theory before Mel Robbins wrote her book, so I knew it wasn't her original idea. But I kind of just watched, and I thought, she took this concept that, yes, was someone else's to begin with, and she wrote her own book about it. I think that's okay. So she wrote a book about let them, like if sometimes we know that people, maybe they hurt our feelings in some way, or they're doing something we think is harmful to them. And we want to set them straight. We want to tell them, oh, please don't do that. That's not good for you. What's going to happen if you do that? And then we think about the future, blah, blah, blah. She just said, it's a concept to just let them. And it just kind of takes the stress out of your own life and just gives it to them, gives it back to them, everybody has the power to live their own life, and that's what's special about the United States of America, right? And I'm thinking about, even as a Christian, is that a Christian concept? Just let them do whatever they want. It's not really letting them do whatever they want. It's more like just understanding that there's nothing that I can do about it. So why am I using my energy to oppose it? Because they don't really care what I think about it. So just let them. When somebody, talks smack about you on Facebook, let them. If somebody talks smack about you behind your back, let them. There's nothing you can do about it. And, unless you can do something about it, just let them. Now, as a Christian, I was thinking, is this biblical? I was thinking 5:7, which says, casting all your care upon him, for he cares for you. So as a Christian, we can just let them, and we can cast the care, because sometimes when we feel that someone is doing something they shouldn't do, or we feel that, maybe, oh, this person, I can step in and help them out, and I know that I can't really do anything about it, so then I get stressed out about it. Say, like in church, people leave the church and they are mad about something. Just let them. But as a Christian, you can say, cast the care to the Lord. Give it to him, because he cares for you, and he will help you to manage those emotions or whatever else is happening in your life because of what the other person is doing. So those are just some thoughts I had about Mel Robbins. And like I said, I was listening to this podcaster that was criticizing Mel Robbins and was saying how, she's a false teacher and she doesn't always tell the truth. And just really talking smack about Mel Robbins. And I'm like, I'm so tired of people thinking that their opinion matters more than someone who's as famous as Mel Robbins. Maybe she is wrong in some ways, but that's okay, right? We can read her information, we can learn from her speeches, we can listen to her podcast, we can make our own decisions on what she's saying. But maybe she can spark some thoughts. Today I was listening to one of her podcasts about training your brain. And it was really good about, how to keep your brain in a positive space. Because negativity is damaging for every part of your life. And I think I'll post this. Sorry for coughing. I wasn't coughing until I started talking. I'm kind of at the tail end of a cold. And so it's kind of like tickling my throat. But when negativity is just, gets us down. So I think what I'll do is I'll turn this off, and then a little bit later I'm going to put the video below this video so you can go to it. Because I keep coughing and I'm not going to be able to keep talking. So thank you for coming to the video. I hope you have a great day. Hey, Teacher Kelly. I'll see you next time. Bye.